Hello students, today we will start a new chapter, that is movement of substances in plants, CBSE board class 7. In the earlier chapters, you have learned about the process of photosynthesis in plants. You are now aware that all living organisms are dependent on food synthesized during photosynthesis for their survival. But there may be many more questions in your mind regarding the raw materials and the products of photosynthesis, like the following. Now, see what is photosynthesis is. You all know that the process of making food by plant using carbon dioxide, water, sunlight and chlorophyll is known as photosynthesis. Now this photosynthesis, the food made by the plant, need to be transported in all parts of the bodies of the plant, isn't it? So for this we need a transport system in plants. Every plant needs to carry water, minerals and food from one part to another to perform the various functions. For the movement of all these substances, plants have a fully developed transport system. So to transport the food to all the parts of the bodies of the plant, we need a system that is called the transport system. This transport system is also called the vascular systems. It is made up of two long channel tubes or vessels, that is known as the xylem and phloem. Now, what is xylem is? These are the conducting tubes which transport water and dissolve minerals from the roots to the leaves through the stem. Xylem is a tissue made up of dead cells and transports water and mineral salts in an upward direction only. So what are xylem? Xylem are the conducting tubes made up of dead cells, and the function of xylem is to transport water and mineral salts in the upward direction only. In this figure you can see there is a direction given, one is of upward and one is in downward direction. Next is phloem. These are also conducting tubes that are made up of living cells which transport food from the leaves to all the other parts of the plants. This transportation is in both upward and downward directions. Both these tubes, that is the xylem and phloem, are arranged together and is known as a vascular bundle. So this xylem and phloem together known as a vascular bundle. Next we have transport of water. You know that water is absorbed from the soil by the roots of the plant, but have you ever tried to find out how? The roots of the plants have thin thread-like outgrowths are called the root hairs. The outer membrane of the root hair is a semi-permeable membrane, that is, it is a permeable membrane to water molecules but impermeable to other substances. The root hairs are in close contact with the thin film of water present between the soil particles. The number of water molecules present outside the root hairs is much more than those inside the root hairs. So the number of the molecules, whatever is present outside the root hairs, it is much more than the inside the root hairs. These result in the movement of water molecules inside the root hairs through the process of osmosis. And what is the definition of osmosis? See, it is given: osmosis is a process of diffusion in which water molecules move across in a semi-permeable membrane from an area of higher concentration to an area of lower concentration. And here osmosis, the function of osmosis is given here: the absorption of water, stromatal movements, maintaining turgidity in the plant cell. Now, once inside the root hair, the water molecules either pass through the cells of the root cortex or between the cells of root cortex, and finally they enter the conducting tubes. That is the conducting tubes present as xylem, that is present in the roots. The cells of the xylem tubes in the roots are connected to those of the xylem tubes of the stem and the leaves of the plants, forming a continuous system of pipes of xylem cells. These xylems are present in the roots also, stem also, and in the leaves also, thus forming a continuous system of pipes of xylem cells. See, you can see it is a continuation, it is looking like a pipe only. The water absorbed in the root xylem that absorb the water, they passes it to the xylem stem, cells of the stem, and finally into the xylem cells of the leaves. As a result, the water absorbed through the roots reaches the leaves. The force that pulls the water up is generated by the transpiration. Now last is given, importance of root hair. What is the importance of root hair? Increase the surface area for absorption of water, provide close contact with water so that can absorb water, and they can reach the small spaces present between the soil particles and allow rapid of water molecules into the root due to their thin wall. So this is up to transportation of water. In the next class we will start transpiration. Okay, till then, thank you students.